Okay, this week's assignment is about web presence and about having a website. I'm a firm believer in the importance of a website, and I am a firm believer. I have always been a firm believer in having a website because what it does is it allows you to direct traffic, even if you use social media, which is essential. You still need to have a place like it to me, I view it like a home, right? I believe in owning my own home, right? Because I don't want people to be able to throw me out. I don't want to give people that much power over my life, right? So a huge part of entrepreneurship and content creation and that kind of thing is really owning your own product or having a place to host your own products and your own property. This is your intellectual property. You need to be able to have a place to house it. And I will say this. One of the reasons that I was even able to teach this class and scale up so quickly was because I had my own website, because I could direct you guys, all of my students, to all of the things that I needed to get together in order to pull together this course so quickly. Anywho, I say all that to say, let's think about a website. Now, I on my page, I on the Hillmantok on the Hillmantok, I don't know why I want to call it Hilltalk. Anywho, on the Hillmantok page that I have for you guys for my students of Entrepreneurship 212, AI integration and digital innovation, I have a page that I set up really quickly on my website. And luckily, I had also upgraded. I'm still in the process of upgrading it. So there's still maybe a little bit of bugs to work out if you have been on the website. Anywho, the reason I was able to really get you guys up and running and really feel confident in my ability to pull off setting up this class so quickly is because I had a website. So I say all this to say that it is super important for you to have a website. So on that page, I have Elementor, which is a partner of mine, and also another AI driven option to create a website, right? And what I did not put on there is this third option, which is WordPress. I am a full fan of WordPress. I have been using it for many, many years. Now, the reason I am a fan of WordPress is if you see this website here, this is the front-facing part. I need to upgrade the site. This is the front-facing part of my website, right? And that's fine. It's like any other website. But the magical part of WordPress is that it has a database behind this website that runs everything, right? And the front-facing part of this website run by WordPress, with the back part, the database stays in place, and WordPress allows you to change the look of your page by adding a different template. I'm going to show you what I mean in a minute, right? So usually with a traditional website is if you build a website from scratch, like way back in the day, I used to play around with websites with just like straight HTML, long time ago. But everything you needed to make, every change you needed to make to the outward appearance of your website, you had to go in and recode everything. That is not the case with the current websites that we have available out here. And of course, that's including the 2 partner sites that I have, and Elementor. And Elementor can be built within the WordPress site. So, okay, let's get into it. Let's get into the nitty gritty of WordPress. So again, you see this front-facing part here, right? So what you do is when you want a WordPress site, once you get your domain name and once you pick out your hosting, if you choose to go with having a WordPress website, you want to make sure the hosting company that houses your website is WordPress friendly. WordPress is probably one of the most popular and most highly used web platforms out there. Okay, so let's get into it a little bit. So here we have the front facing part of the website that you see now, right? So I'm going to pop over to the dashboard. Now, this is the behind the scenes. This is everything that's the database that I just mentioned that makes this website run. So the first thing I'm going to show you is, like, you see this navigation menu to the left. Now, this here, the post section, this allows me to create blog posts, right? The media, of course, is a media library, which stores all of my images, right? Images, videos, and all that kind of stuff. And then we have our pages, photo gallery here. And then I'm going to scroll all the way down to where it says, these are the things that are super important that I'm going to go over. And I'm going to try not to make this super long-winded, but you guys probably realize by now that I'm a little bit long-winded, especially when I'm talking about these things, right? Okay, so we have the appearance, which changes the look of the page that I just showed you with just a click of a button. That is the magical part about WordPress, is that once you get this database part, that's the hardest part. And whenever you want to revamp your website, and the website, the AnisSmith.com website that you guys go to for your assignments and your syllabus and all that kind of stuff, I recently updated that page, right? And it was just one click of one button, right? So I'll show you a little bit about that in a minute. So here, the two most important parts of a WordPress website is the appearance and these plugins, right? Now, the plugins allow you to add functionality to your website, right? I'm going to go into that in a couple seconds, but I'm going to pop back up here to appearances, right? So where it says appearances, then I'm going to pop over to themes, right? Now, the theme that I had is this one right here. It'll say this theme is active, right? So that lets you know that this is the theme that I have for this website, right, that I just showed you. So I'm going to bounce back to my database. I'm going to bounce back and let you see this, right? Okay, so take a look at this. And now I'm going to bounce back to themes. I'm going to show you how easy it is to change the look of this website with a click of a button. Okay. So when you download, you go to WordPress.org, you download WordPress, right? And if you, it's pretty easy to do, but you would have to look at whatever host company. That's a little bit, I won't get too much into that. If you have questions on that, you can email me and I'll answer some questions about that. But let's get into this part. So when you download WordPress, you will automatically have like a couple of templates. Like you'll have this 2019, this is free. And then you have this 2020, that's free, and 2017. 2017 is a very popular WordPress theme. And the theme is the front-facing part of your website. That page that I showed you initially when we first started, right? That's your theme, right? So this 2017 is very popular. You've probably seen it around, especially with that image of the cactus, right? All right, so you'll have all of these themes already in that will come as a free part of having WordPress, so you won't have to buy anything. However, if you want something a little bit different, like the theme I went with here, I wanted the theme to look a certain way. So I went ahead and bought a different theme. They're not overly expensive, a couple dollars. Sometimes you have to get a subscription to a theme service. Another story. If you want to get if you want to have a basic website and throw your basic website up, you can do it very easily and you won't have to pay for a theme. Okay. So let's get into this. So I'm going to go here to this 2017. Like as soon as I clicked on it, it says activate, right? So what I could do is go to a live preview that would show me how this website would look. My current website would look with this theme. So let's do that. So I'm going to hit live preview. Okay. So now it bounces me to this screen. Okay, so here it is. This shows currently my website, how it would look with this theme, right? Not showing me much really. right? So I'm gonna close out of here, right? And I'm just gonna go ahead and activate this theme so you can see how it looks. And I'm gonna that'll change the entire look of my page. Okay, so I'm gonna bounce back over here. See, this is how it looks, right? This is the page. Now I'm gonna go back to theme. Now I'm gonna scroll back down and I'm gonna activate this 2017 theme, right? So now again, see it switched back up here. Now let me know that 2017 is activated. I'm gonna go up, back over, and I'm gonna refresh this. Boom, there it is. Just that easy. And you would have to kind of tweak how you have everything hooked up on your site and change a lot of things around. If I had blog posts, they would all be here, but I don't have any blog posts here. But this goes to show you how easy it is to change your theme. And that alone is enough to make you learn WordPress, because you could easily change your the look of your page just with a click of a button. Okay, so I'm going to go back. Now I'm going to go back and activate my old theme. And now I'm going to refresh this. Boom, just like that. Now the same look, everything is back in place. This is the beauty of WordPress. No matter what anybody says, this is the beauty of WordPress. Okay. Now I'm going to go back, right? Everything that you do on WordPress, nothing will be front facing. So you won't be able to ever go here on your front part of your page and change anything. It's not that drag and drop thing happening here. There are some drag and drop solutions for web pages, and those are amazing as well. Okay, so let's go back to dashboard. Everything that you do to make this page a reality will happen back in this dashboard section, right? So when you log in, you will be on your dashboard right up here, and then you could just scroll down on this menu here. And this right up the top, it's giving me an alert to let me know that I need to update to WordPress 6.7.1. Now, I don't want to do that just yet, and I'll tell you why in a couple minutes. So now we've tackled our appearance section, right? You see how easy it was to create that, to create a WordPress website and change the whole look of your page just by clicking your theme, right? And of course, there's other options in there, a lot of things you can do, but I don't want this video to be super long. I just want it to be a very quick lesson on how to do WordPress, or why you should consider WordPress as an option when you're thinking about your website. Okay, let's scroll back down to this plugin section. I mentioned that the appearance section and the plugins are the two that I would go over today. So first, I'm going to go to installed plugins, and then I'm going to tell you what a plugin is, right? So everything in your website, a WordPress website is sort of like, think of it as like a TV, right? A TV without that smart TV option. So you just have, it's a blank screen TV, and you have to put in apps. Think of the plugins as apps. So imagine if you got your phone, your iPhone, and you didn't have it. As soon as you got your iPhone, you don't have any apps on it, right? So it's not really going to do anything except you are able to talk and text, basic things, right? So same thing with the website. As soon as I create the website, I put my theme in, but it's going to do very, very basic stuff until I give it a plugin, which acts almost like an app to tell your website things that you need it to do. Hope you're following. Okay, so I'm going to show you the plugins that I have. And if you notice, all of my stuff is all out of date, right? Which is not good. But I'm super busy. It's, and I have a bunch of websites. So and I maintain all of these websites, right? And I do that because I have WordPress, and I've been working with WordPress since 2009, I believe it is, either 2009 or 2012. A long time, right? Okay, so let's talk about plugins, right? So these are all of the plugins that I have for my website that will allow me to do things. So the first thing I have here is advanced ads. Advanced ads allows me to put ads into, easily place ads into my website, right? And sometimes plugins you can buy or you can get them for free, but these days most plugins cost money. Most of the time they're not overly expensive. I think this advanced plugins might be like, I don't know, $50 to $100 a year or something like that. Anywho, this allows me, advanced ads allows me to put ads in my website, right? And I got this Blossom Themes email newsletter. Not gonna lie, I don't even know what that is. I need to get it out of here. And then I have disable comments, right? Disable comments deactivates the comments section that's already built into any WordPress websites. And the reason I have disabled comments is because I don't feel like dealing with spam. Because as you see, all of my plugins are out of date. So needless to say, I don't have time to be listening to people's comments and going through spam. Because one thing about WordPress is that it is a spam a magnet. People will spam you to death and try to hack you to death. So you have to put things in place to stop all that. Disable comments is a plugin that allows me to disable all of the comments globally through my entire website. Okay. Now I'm going to scroll down. WordPress security is probably the most important plugin you can ever get with any website. This one is a little pricey. I believe it's maybe like $100 or so, but is super important, and it has saved my website more times than you could ever imagine. So if you notice here, okay, we have the WordPress security. They will put once you add that plugin to your website, you now have they'll give you a dashboard, and you'll have a WordFence in your left navigation menu, right? So I'm going to let y'all get in my business a little bit. And then we go to my dashboard and see what that notification is. It's probably letting me know that I need to address something, So here's my notifications, right? It let me know that 5 issues were found once they scanned. WordFence scans your entire website and disables anyone that disabled any hacking attempts, right? So this is probably one of the greatest things that you could ever get for your website. And it has all kinds of information here. So if I scroll down, it has, here's my firewall summary, and it lets me know that it blocked all of these attacks that were trying to get into my website. So if you notice, this month I've had 88 brute force attacks on this website. And this website is not even that popular, right? This is my, it's a company website, but nothing's really happening on here. I don't have any a lot of traffic on this website. This is just to tell people what I do, right? One of the companies that I have. All right, so here it is. Today, it let me know that it blocked 2, and then 1 brute force, and 8 were added to my block list for a total of 11. And that's just today. So if you notice, it was a block list, over 1,200 blocked. So I say all that to say this is probably one of the reasons why I like WordPress, is that you can have all of these things built in. And if you have a company, you want to make sure you're not dealing with brute force attacks, people trying to get into your website and all that kind of stuff. So it also breaks down where these attacks happened, right? Or not where, but the times, right? So these are, if you notice here, total attacks, 8 million. 8 million. That's wild, right? And this is all of this. It breaks down in the last 4 minutes. Okay, that's a little bit of your crash course on security. Very important to pay attention to all of that stuff, right? And it's very important to factor that in factor in your website, people trying to hack your website when you get a website. Not minimizing it, but that's the reality. That's just the reality of things. So I'm going to click on and show you. I'm going to let you guys continue to get in my business here. So I'm going to go to these 5 issues that they found during the recent scan, right? So it lets me know that it's working, right? And it let me know that all of these things need to be addressed. So in the beginning, I mentioned that I needed to upgrade all of these plugins, and these issues are kind of critical. So I need to take care of this. Okay, so I'll do that after this is all over. Okay, so this is a little bit of a crash course on WordPress and the things that you can do, the capabilities of WordPress, why it should be listed as an option when you start to think about creating your website. Okay. I think I've probably overwhelmed you with the amount of stuff that I've given you. I didn't plan to go into it in that much detail, but these are some of the things that you should probably know. And if you have any questions about WordPress, I believe I created a little document a little while ago. If so, I'll try to find it and add it to the Anise Smith page. So hopefully this was very informational for you, and it will help you to make your decision about a website. Whichever website that you decide to go with, the importance of a website can never be discussed enough. So very important that you do have a website because you have control over your brand. Okay, this is Anise Smith for Entrepreneurship 212, AI integration and digital innovation. And I'm looking forward to you guys getting started on your websites. And I would like to see, and I would like to know which one you choose.